everybody, welcome back to another video inside of my YouTube channel. In this one, I'm going to be talking to you about the 3 things that you can do to start generating inbound inquiries. This is probably the most asked question that I get online, whether it's on Instagram or LinkedIn. And there are some key things that I believe people miss when it comes to making people want to work with you. It's really, really simple. There's nothing too complex with what I'm going to be talking about, but fundamentally, you get this right, you're going to start to see the business coming towards you. And number 1 is probably the most basic of them all, and it is to start talking about your product and service and business online. I can't tell you the amount of people, when I look at their profiles, when I look at the content that they put out, when I look at their website, when I look at everything that they've got online, which talks about what they do, how much they miss this. And when it comes to trying to work out how you can work with that person, it's actually almost like a cryptic clue. And this is where I think a lot of business owners have this fear of not appearing too salesy online and actually have the opposite effect and instead hide and don't tell people what they do, with the hope that at some point somebody will just guess and eventually will reach out and say, hey, I want to do some work with you. I don't know what you do, but I want to do some business with you. So this is really, really key. And there's some simple ways in which you can go about doing it without coming across as braggy. And I think that is probably the biggest fear, is coming across as a bit of a muppet online, of someone that's just consistently pitching. And that's not what we're looking to do. We're looking to get out there and start telling people how good we are, showcasing the results that we generate. And for me, I split this into 2 different ways. The first thing is if you're a service-based business. Our service-based businesses is very similar to what we do. So we will showcase testimonials and reviews, feedback that comes directly to us. If you're not putting that out there right now, then I'd start proactively sharing them, not expecting people to go to your Trustpilot account or to your LinkedIn recommendations or to your Facebook page, but proactively sharing, this is the client that we worked with. Now, you may not be able to share their details, that's fine. Blur it out or just remove that element to it. This was their problem. This is what we did, and this was the result. Now, this is then going to start showcasing to people how they can work with you, because that's the biggest question that we've got to answer. The number 1 reason you're not generating business right now, if you're not getting leads coming in proactively, it isn't the fact that you're not very good at what you do. It's probably the opposite of that. You're probably brilliant at what you do. It's just that people don't know that you're there in the first place, and they don't know that you're the business to work with. So you've got to start demonstrating that. So this can be, again, quite tough. But actually, this is about incentivizing your customers to start proactively sharing your message. So a prime example could be a watch. So you could be selling watches. I've got my Apple Watch here. Now, Apple aren't a company that would incentivize somebody like me to promote or talk about it. However, the amount of times I have shared a photo of said watch with my latest run that I've done or a latest workout that I've done, I've taken the photo of it on my phone and shared it online. People have then seen that I've got an Apple Watch and then distribute it. Imagine if that was your product. How could you incentivize your customers to start talking about it? Because the more awareness that you get on your business and brand and what you do, the more people are going to start coming to you. This is really simple, but this is about generating awareness and making sure that everywhere that you appear online, your message of how somebody can work with you is fundamentally clear. Step number 2 is then making sure that you've got a clear, logical next step for a client or potential client to come through to you. So again, this is about taking a look at your profiles, about taking a look at your websites and thinking, if I was somebody that wanted to inquire about said products and services, what would be the best way to grab that attention and then develop that relationship? So this, again, is something that's very, very straightforward. But if somebody was to come to my inbox and say, hey, Chris, I really, really love the content that you put out there about social media. I'd love to have a conversation with you, or I'd love to find out more about what you do. I've got to make sure in my head, I've got a process to then take that said inbound inquiry and move them so they have a great experience, but 2, also get all the information that they require to be able to then make a decision as to whether they want to work with us. And actually, in my next video, I'm going to be talking about how you take an inbound lead and turn it into a client, and talking about that process and the conversations you'll need to have. So make sure that you're subscribed if you're not already. And again, please share this with anybody that you believe would find benefit from it. And if you are finding benefit from it, please hit like. But that process that I'm talking about, if somebody was to send me an inquiry online, is I'll send them a message back saying, hey, not a problem at all. It would be great to have a conversation with you to be able to talk about the next steps that we can potentially take, and also put in line a strategy to be able to make sure that you know what you're doing moving forward. How does that sound? That's like the process that I have in place right now. Now, that's one thing if somebody is sending a message. Now, actually, what I've found is that not everybody likes sending messages. In fact, they normally will stalk for a little bit. They'll check out your profiles, they'll check out your Instagram, they'll check out your LinkedIn, they'll check out your website, and then they might send you a message. But actually, what they're wanting to do is find out information about what it is that you do, receive more value from you before they then take that plunge. So again, I have numerous things in place. These are called lead magnets, and they are just a next step in line with our nurture sequence. So mine are the 100 content ideas that you can use. You'll find these actually linked in the description, so you can check them out. But 100 content ideas that you can use. There's a free guide that we give away. And then we also have a free training, which is like a webinar type process, which again, this is for service-based businesses. So have a think, even if you're a product-based business, what could you provide for free that's going to be really, really useful? So again, it could be, if you have got like a fitness watch company, the 5 reasons why you're not losing weight. Could be something that you create, like a lead magnet or a training, so on and so forth. People download that and then they'll find out how your fitness tracker can help them go on to lose weight. Really, really simple, right? But this is about providing a logical next step for somebody to be able to say that they're interested, almost putting their hand up to say, hey, look, I want to come work with you. After they download the 100 content ideas guide, they'll then receive an email. So again, if you go and download this, you'll receive the email from us, which says, hey, thank you for downloading. Here's the guide. You'll also see below there is an additional free bonus training that we've sent you. And if you want a conversation around how you can have a content strategy built for you for free, then the link below enables you to put in a content strategy call with me and my team to have a conversation around it. You can see how we're building and nurturing that relationship, and inbound leads will only come if you have that process in place. So step number 2 is having that logical next step in place. Step number 3 is probably the most important one. Doesn't matter if you're a product-based business or a service-based business, you need to be out there providing practical value. We need to stop sitting on the fence with our content, quite frankly. We need to be out there giving as much information, as much value out there as possible, so we start to stand out from the crowd. This, for me, is probably the easiest one to change, but actually the one that most people forget about. I've spoken about content no end on this channel already, but there's so much pointless information or unhelpful information out there that actually is probably doing more harm than it is good. Inside of this YouTube channel, there are tutorials, there are interviews, there are practical informational videos showcasing how you can get a result. This is brand building content, and it's brand building that will enable you to generate inbound. If you're not building a brand, inbound leads will not come to you. And to be able to build a brand in service-based businesses or product-based businesses, you've got to be seen as the business or the person that is the one that everybody wants to work with. It's about generating attention. It's then about turning that attention into relationships. And in your content, have a think about how you can do that. Could you do tutorials? Could you do step-by-step videos? Could you start creating content-full interviews which help drain more information out of people that they can go away and implement? We need to stop sitting on the fence and start proactively giving as much information as we can. So they're the 3 steps, really straightforward. And the bonus one that I'm going to give you is going to be video content. So again, when it comes to providing that practical value, if you can get good at presenting on video, and by no means saying that I'm good, by the way, this is something that I've been practicing for a couple of years now, and I'm still not where I want to be, but I am getting better. But by providing video content, you're able to see my passion, You're able to see my energy. You're able to see how much I care about what I do. And that then should enable you to connect with me further, to then want to reach out to work with me once you know what products and services I provide. Video content is the bonus step for you, and it's really, really key if you want to start taking your content to a whole new level. They're the three things and the bonus thing for you. I hope it's been helpful. If it has, please smash that like button. If you can technically smash it. Please leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know which one's been the most helpful for you. And then number 3, please subscribe and share with anybody that you think would find value in this content. Lots and lots more videos coming for you. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.